Ken, speaking of superstars, Shohei Ohtani is the star of stars right now. The Angels had a rough weekend in Boston. It happens. When do we hit panic? And when do the Angels start thinking, maybe we can't keep him? Maybe we move him? And Shohei was very complimentary of Boston and their fans. So, what are the chances Red Sox sneak in to the Shohei sweepstakes?
AJ, in my view, it's too early to discount any team for the most part. Well, the Oakland A's, the Rockies, you can maybe discount them. But a team like the Angels, who tried really hard this offseason, they added a number of players and they want to be a more competitive team, that's clear. I don't know that it's the appropriate time to start talking about a trade. And we can always talk about it, but I don't know that it's a relevant conversation yet because more has to play out. Now, if they continue playing poorly and if they do not show any consistency and they're kind of middling along, then it does become a conversation for sure. But even then, if the Angels were going to trade Shohei Ohtani, they should have done it at the deadline last year. They could have made the same type of trade that the Nationals made for Juan Soto. He had a year and a half or a year plus left before he was going to become a free agent. Now, Soto had 2 years plus, but Ohtani at that time had extreme value. At the deadline this year, he'll have value, no question, but you're getting him for 2 months, hopefully 3 if you make the playoffs. So the return won't be the same. In that sense, the Angels have already missed their opportunity. But the way they see it, they wanted to build a team this year to persuade Shohei that we're worth sticking around for. I don't know that they've done that. They've had kind of a weird start to their season. Their starting pitching is good. They have not played defensively well at times. They have not hit well at times. I want to see more from them before I make any judgment, but certainly that question is going to linger over the Angels. And Artie Moreno, the owner, has said we're not trading him if we're in contention. Well, duh. But the question becomes, if you're out of contention, do you at that point entertain it? And what does it look like? And if you're Boston, just to use the example you did, are you going to be in a good enough position to make that trade and justify it? Because it's going to take something to get Shohei Ohtani. And we don't even know if the Red Sox would stand a chance of re-signing him because we don't know if he really wants to play on the East Coast.
Shohei on Fenway. Quote, "It's one of my favorite parks, so I always look forward to pitching here. But the conditions didn't allow me to have fun fully. Other than that, I always look forward to pitching here." And of course, Boston was freaking out. They're like, this is the one day, Mother Nature, where we didn't need you to do this. You can literally rain for 100 days straight. The Red Sox aren't doing anything this year. When Shohei comes here, please have a gorgeous 75-degree day. So some people were like, the answer should be Sox must put retractable roof on Fenway Park now to lure Shohei Ohtani over to Boston. Your thoughts on what you were saying to Ken?
He had a lot of good things to say about it.
He did.
In the video of him and the kid interacting where he's signing the autograph and they're both laughing, it was great. I don't know that Boston's a player because, like Ken said, East Coast, he seems like he really enjoys the West Coast, closer to Japan. A lot of things there. LA is still the spot for me. They didn't sign anybody this offseason. Dodgers.
Not
yes,
LA Angels.
Not Angels. Sorry. I still call them Anaheim. But I just, man, I mean, he looked great in a Boston uniform. He looked great in any uniform.
Mm-hmm.
But is that a Red Sox plan? Will they have enough to lure him and say, hey, we can win the next, if we sign him for 6 years, $500 million, whatever it is? Do they have enough? I don't know.
They should. They should have enough. They didn't pay Betts. They didn't pay Xander. They paid Rafi, but I mean, they have extra money. My thing is, why not the Yankees? Talking to Masahiro Tanaka about playing for the Yankees, he said, growing up in Japan, you either want to play in Japan or you want to play for the Yankees. And that's why Masa isn't playing here anymore. And to see the video right now that's on our screen of the Boston fans, he's going to be loved wherever he goes. He doubled his Instagram following. He is on skincare commercials. And sneaky with Boston, he's the face of New Balance now. Headquarters where? Boston.
I think he has PTSD from losing for so long. And this is no offense to the Red Sox, but they have a lot of roster work to do right now. They're not in a good position to win games. So I do think he's going to get massively, massively paid wherever he goes. He wants to go to a team that he can feel super confident. Like, you should be able to look at the odds, World Series odds, and that team should be top 3 or 4. They should already be stacked up to win a World Series. He's just gone through losing season after losing season. In my mind, that has to be a given.